Tracy, are you there?
I am.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. You know, my mother said there was an old folks tale that if people are talking about you, you get the hiccups. Did you have the hiccups? Because we're talking about you right now.
No, not really. I kind of got surprised by the thing going on.
Well, listen, I'm here with CJ Golden, and we're talking about your experience. And maybe, you know, in your own words, can you just share what it was like to go through that operation, that surgery, and then all of a sudden find yourself in a near-death experience? What was it like for you?
It sounds a little strange, but it was the most incredible thing. The peace and tranquility. There's no way to describe it. It's beyond description. I knew I was dead. I had no fear whatsoever. I was at total peace, and I was on a white path heading towards a beautiful white light. And you know, it was incredible. And as I traveled, I began to know things, understand things, look at things differently, things I'd never thought about before. And you know, I got close to the light and came to a stop, and had a choice to make at that point.
Yeah, you talk about that in the book too, or with CJ. But you talk about this concept of free will, that it was a sense that you weren't being drawn, but you sort of had a decision to make as far as, you know, moving into this relationship with God or not.
Well, I was given a choice. God spoke to me, and He gave me a choice to come into the light and spend eternity with Him, or come back and finish the work that hadn't been finished yet. I didn't know what that work was. I asked, what is it? And was told it would be revealed to me in time. I thought about my wife, and the last thing that I had said to her before I went in for an operation was that they do this all the time. I'll be home before you know it.
Yeah.
That's when I decided to come back.
Wow. Well, there's a verse in the Bible, not to get all Bible on you or anything, but the verse, it said, for we are His workmanship, created for good works in Christ, which He prepared beforehand that we would walk in it. And that was another thing I got out of your book too as well, is that there's this overwhelming sense that God has a plan for me, and that I need to somehow now go back and fulfill my mission. Is that what you're sensing?
Well, I had that choice. God influences us every day in some way. We don't always know it. It can be very subtle, simple little things, but we always have a choice. One of the things that bothered me most when I was there, I didn't see anybody. I didn't hear music. I didn't see my grandmother, who I was extremely close to. I knew that they were there, but I couldn't see anything. But there was a reason for it. Is if I would have seen my grandmother, I would have gone. I would have just gone. There would have been no choice.
You'd say, "Hey, I'm in. You know, cancel my reservations back in Virginia. I'm staying."
That's right.
Wow. All right, now, I find it intriguing. And by the way, we have a wonderful picture of you. You're in shorts, flip-flop. You're looking very tan. And you're next to, that's you, CJ, right?
That's me.
Okay, so that's not your wife, lest there be any confusion. But it's a wonderful picture from the book. But how did you meet CJ? And I've seen she's literally going on all kind of media outlets. She's written this incredible book. What was your first encounter with CJ? And CJ, you can pipe in on this too.
Okay.
So what did you think, Tracy, when you first saw CJ?
Careful, Tracy.
Well, just another person moving in, and staying at the inn, and anytime somebody checks in, the first thing you want to do is talk to them and make them feel at home. They're part of the short-term families, if you will.
Sure.
So asking her a little bit about her, she told me where she was from, and it was like, wow, okay. So I started telling her a little bit about my experience. I mean, it just kind of flowed, but clearly she was there because she is a writer. Part of what I'm supposed to be doing is getting the word out that there's a lot more than what we have here right now. This is just not it. There is more.
Yeah. I can't tell you, I mean, and especially in this area, which I know when you heard that CJ was from Newtown, Connecticut, in light of the tragedy that's happened, there's many families that are asking those ultimate eternal questions. Why does evil happen? What happens after you die? Is there a heaven? Will I be reunited with my family? And I mean, I think you are uniquely positioned with your experience, and CJ, it seems like, is uniquely positioned with her God-given ability to write and communicate. It does seem like this wasn't just a coincidence.
No, I don't believe it was. As soon as I heard that she was from Newtown, instantly, I knew that she was there for a reason, and part of that was to get the message back to Newtown, to the families, and let them know that yes, it was a terrible thing, and it's a huge loss, but take some solace in the fact that they're in a very happy place. They're going to be there when it's their time. They're going to be reunited. Kids hold a very special place with God. Mm-hmm. Their innocence, and so they're there. They're there right now. Wow. And that's a beautiful thing.
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for calling in, and God bless you, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Well, God bless you too, and thank you very much.
Okay, appreciate it very much. Okay. Wow.
Bye-bye.
He is.
That's really something.
Oh, you saw the picture.
Yeah.
This is a teddy bear of a man.
Yeah.
This is charming, kind, warm, honest, and passionate, and very passionate about what he wants to tell the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just such a joy.
And the most unlikely messenger, come back.
Yeah, and then this little kid here who follows her husband on a bike ride.
God must like imperfect people, because he certainly made a lot of them. And, and he's got such a message. The book is Reflections from Beyond. Just Google CJ Golden, or her website hopefully is up there. I love Google. Just Google CJ Gordon or Tracy LaCroix, and you'll find out how you can get your hands on this book, Reflections from Beyond. It's so good. There's even a story about this mirrored glass door.
Oh, yeah.
It's just incredible. It's a great book. It's a great story. And I, for one, believe that there is a heaven and that this isn't all there is. So listen, I want to thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. This is great.
Appreciate it. It was really a lot of fun. I feel blessed to have met you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it very much.